Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Of course, the last several weeks have been challenging, but we have a plan to get back on track in the course, and so that really is the purpose for this video. And so today I just want to spend a little bit of time walking through the revised course schedule. I know that you'll have debriefs in your in-person classes related to the strike, and so I'll let that happen there. It's a little bit more challenging to do that in an online environment, but in terms of moving forward, I just want to sort of review the schedule, and then if you have questions beyond that, then you can get in touch with me. So I'm going to flip this around to a Word document that I've prepared. This document's available in three places. The first is in the announcements section. So there is an announcement that I've posted to get us back to the course where this is attached. The other place is in a pinned announcement at the very top of our home page. You'll notice it says important message, and there's an attachment that you can click on. The last place is in the About Course section using the navigation bar. It's at the very top of that section, and you can download it that way. If you have trouble getting the document, please make sure that you let me know so that I can get that to you. There's a lot of important information here I don't want you to miss. So you'll notice here that we are starting in November 21st, really, November 21st to the 26th, and we're going to be starting off with group dynamics. Now, we do have a weekly assessment assigned this week. It is a short learning check, 10 questions long. I realize that in the communication with the college that they have sent out, they have noted that there will be no assignments or assessments due in the first week. I understand that, and so what I'm going to do is extend the deadline for this assessment to the following week. So it'll be due December 3rd, Sunday, December 3rd by 11:59. Now, with that, in the week of November 27th to December 3rd, we are looking at conflict resolution, and there is also an assessment, a discussion board with that. So if you choose not to complete that learning check, the first learning check, or the first weekly assessment, until the second week, just note that you will have to complete 2 by that deadline. December 4th to 10th, we'll be looking at decision making, and the weekly assessment associated with that is a journal. In December 11th to 17th, the topic is diversity and global leadership. However, there is no weekly assessment in that week. The bigger assignment that week is the leader profile assignment. And so I want you to devote your time to that assignment. However, please make sure you do work through the content on diversity because that will be covered on the final test. The week before the break, December 18th to 24th, is leadership in the workplace, and there is a weekly assessment with that, and that's a journal response. Now, I do realize that November 24th is New Year's Eve. With that said, I did want to try to make it just as consistent as possible in terms of giving you that full 7 days to complete the work. And so you're welcome to complete that early if you choose. You will have access to multiple weeks at a time. So if you want to complete that early before we get into that break time, then you are absolutely able to do that. We then have our 2-week break, and the week of January 8th, we'll be back for that last week. We'll be finished with our content. However, we do have to finish off Test 2, and then you'll submit any outstanding textbook worksheets left in the course. So that's our content, that's our assessments to go in the course. Please make sure you let me know if you have questions about the layout of that content, or if you have any questions. I will just note that I've removed the week designations, so week 5, week 6, week 10, and so on and so on, and I've replaced them with these date ranges just to make things a little bit more clear so that people aren't confused about where we are. So just a few notes on that. First things first is that you'll note that in the beginning of the semester, I was opening 2 weeks of content at a time. I've decided to push that a little bit to 3 weeks of content at a time. I realize some people still go week to week, but there are a few people in the course who like to get ahead. And so I just want to give them that opportunity and you all that opportunity if you choose to do that. The second point here is that a new content folder will open each week. So you'll always have 3 content folders available at a time, just for those interested. However, the deadlines for each week will remain the same. So they'll always be Sunday at 11:59 in each week that the assignment's designated for. Okay? Couple things about assignments. So I just want to review the assessments that you still have to complete in the course. First things first is test 1. This assessment was due the week before reading week. We obviously didn't get to it. I did make the decision to close the course down. I did anticipate there may be some changes to the course, and reality is that there have been some changes. I have tried to minimize changes as best as possible, but I didn't want people working ahead and working on assignments or assessments that were going to be eliminated or modified in some way. And so I just closed the course down. I know that may have been frustrating for some folks, but I hope you can understand the rationale behind that. Excuse me. So the first assessment that I want to talk about is test 1. Again, it was due the week before reading week. What I've decided to do is extend that to the due date to the end of the semester. So any time between now and the end of the semester, you're welcome to go in and complete that test. It is in this week 7 folder, and it will remain in the week 7 folder, so please keep that in mind. People have already started that midterm, which is great. So I'm not making any weighting adjustments to that. It will remain at 15%. And just keep in mind that test 1 is based on information covered in the first part of the course, and that's before the strike. The next thing I want to talk about are textbook worksheets. So similar to test 1, you were asked to complete 2 worksheets by week 7. Some people have submitted those, and for those who have, a lot of them have been marked already. If you haven't, what I've decided to do is extend the deadline for all 4 textbook worksheets to the end of the semester. Keep in mind that you're able to submit those at any time, and I will try to keep on top of marking as best as I'm able. There will be a lot of marking to come, so I'll try to keep on top of it as best I can. But if you have done the worksheet, feel free to submit that to the links in the assignments section. And just a reminder that those 4 worksheets are 2.5% each for that total of 10%. In terms of weekly assessments, the assessments that we do related to the content each week, please make sure that you just look at the due dates on the course schedule above. The assessments in general have remained unchanged. The process for the assessments has remained unchanged. So I will still be taking the best 8 of 10 for at 3.75% each. So that has remained unchanged. What I would recommend is taking a look at the assessments that you've completed so far, just to get an idea of what you need to do in the rest of the course. So for example, if you've missed 2 already in the course, then I would highly recommend that you go through and make sure that you complete all of the remaining assessments. If you've completed them all to this point, you may still have those 2 sort of freebies, if you will, that you can sort of rely on. Just in case you have a busy part of the semester, those marks would get dropped. And again, if you want clarification on those weekly assessments, just let me know. In terms of the leader profile assignment, this assignment's remained unchanged, so it's the same assignment. The only difference is that I have adjusted the weighting for the assignment from 15 to 20%. The reason I did that was I wanted to facilitate the removal of an assignment at the end of the semester, and I'll speak to that in just a moment. But keep in mind, this assignment's due Sunday, December 17th. I realize that seems like a few weeks away, but again, that will sort of creep up on us. So please make sure that you review the assignment outline in the walkthrough video, and let me know, of course, if you have any questions about the assignment in general. The next thing I want to talk about is test 2. This is due at the end of the semester, Sunday, January 12th, and the test is based on content covered after the strike, so all in the second part of the course from now until the end of the semester. And this test can be completed as soon as it becomes available. It will come available about 2 weeks earlier than the end of the semester. However, you'll have to work through all that content to be able to get to it. But for those who would like to work ahead, you could essentially be finished the course before you leave for the holiday break, if you are willing to do that work ahead of time. The last piece I just want to mention is the end of course reflection. Keep in mind, this has been removed from the course. So you'll no longer be required to complete this. I have removed the assignment outline from our assignment section. And just keep in mind, again, this 5% from this has been added to the leader profile assignment. And again, the intention here was just to remove an assignment, just free up a little bit more time to give you time to work on other things and obviously your other courses as well. So those are the assignments. That's the schedule that we're working with moving forward. If you have any questions, please make sure that you let me know. I realize this is going to be a challenging time for folks just finishing off the semester, but I want to just reiterate, as I have from the very beginning of the course, that I'm here for you. I'm willing to work with you should you need assistance, if you need help, and always remember that I'm available for in-person meetings by appointment. I do try to make myself fairly available, fairly flexible. I just need a little bit of notice to make sure that I can meet with you. If you have any questions, again, please don't hesitate to let me know. Otherwise, I will talk to you very soon. Thanks so much.